Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of an ink review. Today, I'm doing my review early today because I'm going to do my calligraphy lesson early so I can get out of here and go shopping. Because today is a shopping day. And I am like plumb out of food, so I was supposed to go yesterday, but I just wasn't feeling it. And I thought instead of completely missing the window of opportunity to do the review early, I would do it super early. Okay. Hi, Obs. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Alright, so super huge thanks goes out to whoever sent me the sample. I really appreciate it. Here is our ink of the day. I am doing alright. So far, so good. Monday, I go back to the nephrologist to see what they say about my kidneys, so hopefully it'll be good news. Here's our ink swatch, and water resistance test shows it does have a little bit of water resistance. So that's nice. Here is our toilet paper chromatography. I see that it has this dark blue splotch, and then a lighter blue splotch, and then some yellow, which gives it that really interesting teal-like flavor. And here is our ink painting of the day. Very interesting. You can definitely see the dark blue and this teal-y color coming out. Very interesting indeed. Okay, let's do a writing sample. Today's writing sample will be done with a Wearingeul 82 with 0.7 millimeter stub. All right. Oh, thank you. These are holding up my shorts because these shorts are. I don't know what happened to them, but the elastic just died completely and utterly died. And I like the way they feel, so I found these suspenders at either Target or Walmart for like $3 or something, so I bought them. Alright, let's do a little bit of calligraphy with this ink. Alright, this is And you can see that they look totally different. So when you use a broader nib, it comes out more tealy colored. But when you use a dip nib or a pointed pen nib, it comes out way darker in the swells and way lighter in the lighter bits. So that is something to consider when using ink, fountain pen ink, to do calligraphy with. Okie dokie. Alright, let's do some paper review, shall we? This is the Pen and Gear Memo book from Walmart.com. I'm going to just zoom in. Alright. There is no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Lightweight traveler's notebook paper. Lightweight traveler's notebook paper. No feathering. No bleeding, no ghosting. This is super lightweight traveler's notebook paper. No feathering, normal amount of ghosting. This is Field Notes Journal. A little bit of spread, a little bit of bleeding, and a little bit of ghosting. This is Moleskin 70 GSM. Definitely seeped into the page, and it did bleed through the page. Fabriano Icoquois 85 GSM. A little bit of spread, no bleeding, no ghosting. Ayush 100 GSM paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Leuchtturm 1917. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Midori MD paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. 52 GSM Tumbleway River. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Cosmo Air Light 75 GSM. Nice shading, no feathering, a little bit of ghosting. The Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. A little bit of seepage. No bleeding, no ghosting. Maramon Nimosity 80 GSM dot grid. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford Optic Paper. A little bit of seepage. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. B7 Bulky from Danica 58, 75 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Clairefontaine 90 GSM. Move this just down just a little. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Exceed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of seepage, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Up and Up Wide Rule composition book from Target.com. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. True Red composition book from Staples.com. Tiny little feather on the L. Tiny micro bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Apica 81.4 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. The Nanami 7 Seas 68 GSM Tomaway River. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Rhodia dot pad, 80 GSM. Excuse me, a little bit of spread, no bleeding, no ghosting. Artist Loft, 100 GSM paper, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding, tiny bit of no ghosting. Buffet, handmade paper from Italy. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. U-Style notebook paper. A little bit of seepage. No feathering, barely any ghosting. This is Sheffield Home Paper Goods. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Mead wide rolled notebook paper. A little bit of feathering, bled through the page. 5-star notebook paper. Feather like a chicken. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Agave cross-section pad. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. JNB copper plate graph pad from johnneilbooks.com. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. And last but not least, original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. Barely any feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Alright, well that's kind of a weird, one-off. Sometimes it bleeds, sometimes it doesn't type paper. And of course, everything should be taken with a grain of salt. And if you're interested in this ink, perhaps get a sample. If you can, always start with a sample. You can always... I always say that, hi Tom, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? I always say, if you get a sample 3 times, then you can get a bottle. But if you're just having a one-off, then maybe get a 2 ml sample. If you're really not sure about it, or if you know for a fact that you're going to like it, maybe try Van Ness pens, get a 4 ml sample. Or after maybe 2 of those, then get a bottle. Okay, so this is kind of a tealy ink. So we're going to take a look at some teal inks. Move this in just a smidge. Actually, I'm just going to... There, that should be sufficient. This is Wearingeul, 13 Children Next to Birmingham Damselfly, Diamond Ode and Nail. These are all kind of close. Yuletide, Lamy Tourmaline, Poppy Plume, Coraline in My Mind, Troublemaker Copper Patina, Reserve Turquoise Silver, Diamond Soft Mint, Robert Oster Pacific Ocean Teal. No. Diamine Aurora Borealis, Organic Studio Alanine, Birmingham Agave, this one's kind of close. Diamine Teal, again, a little close. Pilot Suzuki Ro, this one's really close. Blue Suede, Sydney Darling Harbor, Revert Reseda, Black Ice, Oil Beetle, Black Ivy, Garland, Petrol, Nebula Space Kitty, Quantum Teal, Chinkiji. This one's also kind of close. Troublemaker Nautical Highway, Emerald de Chauvoir. This one's darker, but like in the same type of color. Colorverse Map of Mars. Bluegrass Velvet. Serendipity. Christine. Atlantic Blue. This one's kind of darker, but close. Monteverdi Iced Cookie. Colorverse Gravity Wave. Blizzard Twinkle. Electric Petita. Hab. Birmingham Cerulean. Troublemaker Abalone. Sailor Manu Yomogi. Jaban Kalank. Diamond Tropical Glow. Lame Crystal Amazonite. And Diamond Bliss. Again, if you're interested in looking at those closer, get to just about where the inks comparison is, and then use the period and the comma to go forward and backward one frame at a time. Let's just look at some light blues to compare. These are way off, but you never know. We might find a teal in here. No. Yeah, these are way off. This leans more green than anything.
This is a reminder. 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Okay, I was clearly mistaken. This is way more green leaning. Let's look at some green inks in that case. Well, what about some light blue inks? Diamond Steel Blue. Kind of tealy leaning. Okay, I was clearly mistaken. None of these are anywhere near this color. Alright, let's take a look at some green inks, because it's kind of leaning that way just a little bit. Okay, now we're in the wheelhouse. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely leaning more blue than Californian than teal. I mean, leaning more blue than green, but more green than blue. So it's a very interesting, a very fine line. Noodler's Pushkin. Pelican Edelstein Jade. Laban Hera. That's kind of close. Now we're getting into the murky greens, yellow greens, olive greens, bright greens, more murky greens. Okay, here we go. Tasha Hokusai Saibe Midori's kind of leaning that way. Dark greens. Murky greens. Alright, well. those are all of the greens. Well, what did you guys... the blue-green boundary is sometimes difficult to show in video. Yes, it is. So if you have a green that's anywhere near this color, you can be like, okay, well, this is maybe 2 shades lighter or 2 shades darker than this green that I already have. And, or if it's like an entire family away from the color that you perhaps already have, you can make kind of a snap judgment. Ooh, I really want this color. Ooh, I don't want this color at all, you know. Of course, if you're like me and you play the, what is it called? The Pokemon of inks. Gotta catch them all. So, what did you guys think about today's ink? Are you guys thinking thoughts about getting this ink? Do you have this ink? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And, oh dear, I just realized I need to fix one thing. Before I end the stream. So, don't forget to check out the first link in the doobly-doo to visit my website, and the second link in the doobly-doo if you want to learn calligraphy. And join the Patreon today. It's only $5. I think it's a pretty good deal for 50 plus hours worth of teaching, of rambling me teaching calligraphy. So, that's all I have for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Oh, I love you. Bye. Have a great day.